I look really busty, guys, but I just wanted to say, Drew, if you're watching this, nobody's trying to ruin your rep. Nobody's saying you cheated. Nobody's saying you did anything bad. You were sweet the whole whatever we had, okay? Nobody's talking bad about you. We're just like, yes, I know I ended it. I know that. I'm aware. You can text whoever you want. I don't care that you texted her after. It's just like, damn, like you texted her, what, that night I dropped you off? Yes, I cut things off, but it's still like, okay. Like, you keep saying in your comments, people are trying to, or I'm trying to ruin your rep. Nobody's trying to ruin your rep. It was just like, that was quick. That's all. But you also had your friends have me delete my stuff, but then you blocked me and posted about me, so, and you called me childish for posting, but then you're on here posting while having me blocked. So make that make sense. Thank you.
Why don't you leave him alone? Guy in the comments said, so you're mad that he texted another girl after you broke things off? Did you expect him to just sit there and cry about it? I don't know, man. These women are delusional out here.
Oh, this is a conversation. This is a conversation. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you guys think that this right here is affecting dating and access amongst Black women? Let me know.
Not a lot of thoughts going on here. A dude in the comments said, the fact is that most Black men in middle class and upper middle class are already married. Them having a wife and not wasting time on women frivolously is what caused them to be able to elevate into that class. Huh.
No, because what one man won't do, another man will. And I swear it's really not that difficult to impress a good female. Like, I just landed in LA and this guy was like, have you ate lunch yet? No. Okay, Apple Pay for lunch. Go get In-N-Out. Okay, fair. I don't ever eat fast food, but like, because you did that, I will. On you. Told me to get protein style because he knows I'm healthy, which this actually low-key looks fire. So again, like, why am I stressing about a guy that won't text me back? Meanwhile, I don't even have this guy's number saved in my phone yet and he's sending me money for lunch. Just your reminder.
Why would you say that you don't have his number saved in your phone and he just sent you money for lunch? Why would you slap a man in his face after he just went out of his way to do for you? And then y'all wonder why men don't take y'all seriously.
I wonder if we as a society have pushed the pendulum so far that men are now just like not approaching women. I think that we've created this environment where women are so unapproachable, or men are so afraid of the way that they're rejected. Because I'll be honest, women can be really harsh. Now, sometimes that's warranted, but a lot of times, they're just men trying to like shoot their shot. And you don't necessarily have to be mean in your rejection, but I find that that's like the common denominator, is men will come to try and shoot their shot, and no matter how polite they are or how respectful they are about it, women are still kind of mean. And again, I think we finally got to the point where we were so sick of the way that a lot of men decided to approach us that we just bucketed them all together and we're like, you know what? Don't even talk to me. But I feel like we've stepped too far to one side, right? Like, I get it, there's certain spaces you don't want to be approached. Like, I'm not a person that likes to be approached in the gym. And I'm not a person who likes to be approached when, like, I'm alone or, like, I'm at the gas station and it's dark. Don't approach me there. It freaks me out. But other than that, I feel like it's okay to approach other people in the right settings.
I think a man said something really cool here, and it's something that men continue to say over and over again. This person said, I think we're missing something. It's not just fear of rejection, although obviously that's a big factor. Most men actually do care about women and don't want women to be uncomfortable or upset. Imagine that. That's what men, I don't want to be a creeper. I don't want to make it feel unsafe. I hear plenty of men say, I stick back, I hang back. If I'm coming out of the store at the same time a woman, or I'm on the same sidewalk, then I'll go on the other sidewalk, or I'll do something else until she gets to where she's going so she doesn't feel unsafe.
I went out with my brother and his friends this weekend, and I thought one of his friends was flirting with me the entire night. But then, like, mid-conversation, he was like, it's so crazy how alike you and your brother are. Like, not just that you guys look alike, but, like, also even your mannerisms. I was like, mannerisms, really? I had no idea when my brother's flirting, he also leans over the table to playfully show off his cleavage. We are related, I guess.
If you think dating sucks and relationships are awful, you should definitely hear me out. I think women are the issue. After much consideration and evaluation and a whole lot of surveys, observation, kind of studying this whole gender war thing, that's my conclusion.
We can't sit here and pretend like we are the same as men. We're not. We're not. We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men, though.
No, men can wash us off.
Unsolicited dating advice as a single mom. We're just going to get right into it. I've been single about a little over a year and a half, and I've just now started to dip my feet into the dating pool. I did have one good experience recently. Unfortunately, our lives just didn't align. Other than that, I haven't really dated like at all. Anyways, these are very strict rules I have set for myself personally to avoid any of my past mistakes or any future drama or unnecessary issues that I don't want to deal with. Anyways, like I said, personal advice for me. I do think you should take this advice though, but if you don't, no hard feelings. Anyways, I do have to show you this really quick though, because this is where I live. Ignore my dirty windows, but like, gorge. Anyways, back to the important stuff. Number one, this is gonna sound crazy because I'm a single mom and I have kids. I have 2 kids, but no men with kids. It's possible it could happen. It would have to be a wild chance, but I will not be dating men with kids. I just won't do it. I have kids, and obviously my significant others in the past had kids with me, so I know how it goes. Anyways, if you want more in depth of why I'm not dating men with kids, let me know, but that's a hard no for me. Number 2, mama's boys. We love a man who is respectful of his mother, who has a good relationship with his mother, but it gets too far when they're best friends with their mom, or me and my mom are so close and I have to call my mom before I make every freaking decision. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're a mama's boy until you start getting into a serious relationship and then you see the horror. I have a lot of stories about that. Anyways, number 3, car guys. I'm so sorry. This is probably so shallow. This is, once again, just a personal one. But I'm so sorry. I am not attracted to a man that just does not drive a truck. And that one's probably not important. That, to each their own. That could be your thing. And I'm so sorry. But you've got to be manlier than me. And I'm full-blown. I'm sorry. I'm very blunt. I'm very straightforward. I'm very try to wear the pants. I don't want to wear the pants, but I try to wear the pants. If you aren't more manly than me, masculine than me, and at least drive a truck and know how to work on things and can fix something around my house and act like a man, it's a hard no. No feminine men. We're not doing that here. Number 4, the last one I can think of for right now, a Christian man. And I'm not saying, because I know everyone's relationship with Christ is personal to themselves, but before I've let things slide where it's like, oh, I don't really believe in God, or yeah, I'm a Christian, but I don't really go to church, or I don't really like read the Bible. This is important to me now. Like, I'm not saying I need like a huge Bible thumper, but I want somebody who has a relationship with God, who has a desire to raise a family that is surrounded by God. I feel like it's more than just a Jesus thing. It literally is a guidance for morals and how your future life will be. And it also says like kind of who they are as a person, and once again, their morals. So if you're not even kind of remotely like interested in going to church, or have a background of being somewhat spiritual, or desire to have a relationship with Christ, it's a hard no for me. Not saying that that's for everybody, but for me, that is. That's all I can think of right now. I'm sure I'll come up with more, but we are setting strict rules, and that's probably why I'm still single, but that is okay.
I'm sure you have a lot of things working for you, but you got a lot of things working against you right now. Number 1 being yourself.
Women cheat too. Women lie too. Women can be crazy and problematic inside of relationships too. Women can be very emotionally unavailable. Women can be lazy around the house. Women can put her needs above her children's needs. In my coaching practice, I have found that cheating, lying, emotional instability, emotional unavailability is sort of even across the board. Men and women, 50-50. So I guess my question is, why in society do we portray men to be incompetent and incapable inside of relationships? And why do we still have the narrative that it's all men's fault? And I'm not going to lie to you, when I went into my coaching practice, when I went into this field, I was a little bit biased against men. In fact, I started my business only seeing male clients because I believed that they needed more of the help. Because the science sort of said that, men cheat more, men are more emotionally unavailable. And what I'm finding is that gender or sex, whatever word you want to use, doesn't really predict that. Attachment style predicts that. For example, dismissive avoidants are very emotionally unavailable. And I have a ton of men in my practice. In fact, most of the men in my practice have dismissive avoidant women as wives. And they are always perplexed as to why their wives are so closed off. They can't be vulnerable. They don't want to connect emotionally. And I have a ton of men whose wives have cheated on them. And they really just want love and attention and affection. And the wife has a really difficult time showing up well in the relationship. And y'all, I am not hating on women here. Listen, I make plenty of videos telling both sexes what they should try to do, but mainly I focus on attachment because attachment is so much more predictive than gender or biological sex. I stay out of that debate, but that's another topic. Anyhow, attachment style is so much more predictive. People that have dismissive avoidance are going to be emotionally unavailable. They're going to need tons of space. They like their independence. They don't want to be smothered. They pull away. Anytime there's conflict, they avoid it. They shut down. Fearful avoidants are going to be, most of the time, emotionally reactive. They are going to yell, scream, be spiteful. They are going to stomp around, use protest behaviors. Unless the fearful avoidant leans very heavily dismissive, and then they may feel it on the inside, but hold it back and be more withdrawn. Anxious people are going to constantly fawn, constantly be like, please don't leave me, I love you, and need tons of reassurance in a relationship. Attachment style predicts how people behave inside of relationships. So quit with the masculine, feminine bullcrap.
Ladies, I'm lost. What is it do y'all think y'all should be doing in relationships and marriages? Did y'all see the video of the young lady that came on here and she was talking about her marriage and she was saying how her man takes care of all the financial responsibilities. He pays all of the bills, even her car payment and her car insurance. He pays for the subscriptions that they use and watch. Even when she goes grocery shopping to cook, he gives her the money for the groceries. And she was saying how she takes pride in being the housewife that she grew up and watched her mother be. She takes pride in doing the cooking and the cleaning and the housework. They don't have kids, by the way. Now, I'm thinking, you know how you try to predict what the comment section gonna look like before you click on it? I'm thinking, oh, they are anointing her in this comment section. I'm thinking it's about to be all type of, may this love find me. Girl, does he have a brother? I want one. Y'all, I go to the comment section, and to my surprise, I see the exact opposite. I see women in there talking about, girl, not you slaving for a man. Y'all, it was a comment in there that had so many likes. It probably had like the second or third most likes. This lady said, wow, so he get to come home from work and just kick his feet up? Your job don't end. Your job of managing that household, it never ends. Couldn't be me. And I'm thinking to myself, what house do y'all think y'all be managing? Like, do y'all live in Buckingham Palace? They don't have kids, right? So that means she's probably doing a thorough cleaning, what, once a week? You cooking for only 2, you cleaning for only 2. And the best part about the video was that the woman wasn't complaining. She was very happy. And listen, I'm not saying just because a man pays all the bills that he can skip out on his other husbandly duties, like speaking life into your woman, reassuring your woman, taking her on dates, putting her through the mattress. Yes, I get it. All of those things still have to take place. But she said her man be pulling 12, sometimes 13-hour days, working super hard, busting his tail to make sure she don't got to reach in her wallet for nothing. And they still was in that comment section like, the least he could do is come home and help her out with a little bit of the housework. Again, she's only cooking and cleaning for 2. Laundry is not an everyday thing. They don't have kids. I don't get it. How y'all be so offended when men be asking y'all to take some of the financial responsibility while still doing half of the household responsibilities? But then y'all turn around and ask for a man to take care of all the financial responsibilities and still want him to come home and handle half of the household responsibilities? Well, I'm so happy I found my lady when I did. Shout out to y'all out here in these streets though.
It is 2 a.m. I just drove 40 minutes to this guy's apartment. I show up, he doesn't answer the door. He doesn't answer any of my calls. He doesn't answer the doorbell. 30 minutes I waited in that little lobby. Calling. And I'm just gonna go home because what the fuck? I still haven't heard from him. But he will never be hearing from me again.
A lot of men say that they're done with women. Okay, that sounds nice to protest and be like, we don't want them no more. But my follow-up question is, so what you gonna do then? Like, are y'all finna die lonely as well? Are y'all gonna be cat men? Like, some of these women gonna be cat moms, cat women? Does that just mean y'all don't have children anymore and carry on y'all seed and y'all lineage and legacy? Y'all don't care about that no more? And I'm like, I know you gonna need to have some. So do we turn gay? I'm just wondering, like, what type of solution is that? The same way that I talk to women and say that they shouldn't hate all men because not all men are the same way I talk to men and say that all women are not the same. There are some good ones out there. So giving up and being like, we done with women, what type of solution is that? Like, okay, so fast forward to when you're 70 and it's just you and your furniture and your car that you probably wipe down every Saturday and get washed. What type of life was that? What type of legacy is that?
A dude in the comments said, men have been single at much higher numbers throughout history. We will be just fine single, not lonely. Most of us choosing this got burned in divorce and dating after that. We already have a legacy to protect. So at this point, women are only a risk. This is coming from Cat Dad. This is how a lot of dudes think. We've already been burned through a divorce or another relationship. And it's just risk management. It's not personal, but that's what I keep saying. Men at some point in time, it's just business. It's just business. And I can't keep on risking what I've built already, especially if I'm getting up in age and I don't want to redo it. Sorry.
So when a girl shoots her shot, right, men, what makes you not respond to her? What makes you be like, nah? Is it personality because I'm funny? Is it she seems like a lot of drama because I'm low key? Is it ugly? I don't think I'm that bad looking. I have a filter on, but it's not doing that much. It's just because like dark circles, makeup smearing, I'm gonna put a filter on. Or is it body? Because I feel like body is tea. Honey. Yes. 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 So what the fuck?
Drama, being with other dudes, just, not really clicking, is not attracted to you. Those are just a few reasons.
I'm here to tell you that we cannot compliment men in public. I have a story. So I just came from H-E-B. If you're from Texas, you live in Texas, we don't claim any other grocery store. H-E-B is it, okay? So I'm walking through H-E-B. I see this tall, skinny, well-dressed man, like pretty dark skin, maybe from like Senegal, something like that. And I see him walking out and I'm thinking like, oh, he looks nice. So I pass him and I'm like, you look nice. Like, I like your outfit. You look good. And I try to do a little right turn and try to go on about my business. Because I'm thinking like, oh, he's just going to say thank you. Have a good day. Because he's on his way out. Of course, that's not what happened. Okay. So he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, no. I don't want no smoke. I just wanted to, tell you, you look nice. Like, obviously my eyes work. You look great. And that's it. So I'm trying to still keep going.
The man follows me all the way to the other side of the grocery store. And I realized that I look like, well, I said it out loud, but I thought I had said it in my mind. But I'm thinking, like, you look familiar. And he's like, you look familiar too. And he's like, what's your name? And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, no, I can't give this man my name. But I say, like, no, if I tell you my name and we start talking a little bit more, I'm going to realize where I know you from. And I don't know if that's a good thing. So I'm just trying to avoid the man. And the man's following me down the grocery store. So this older man comes up and he's like, you play ball? Because obviously this man's like, he has to be maybe like 6'7", something like that. And he's like, yeah, I used to play ball. So I'm thinking I'm free. I try to alley-oop on out of there. The man grabs my cart, holds my cart so I can't move. So then when he wraps up with the man, I'm like trying to move. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, didn't you just say you came from the gym? Oh, sorry, I missed that part. Because when he was asking me, you know, where I'm from and all that stuff and like asking my name, I was like, sir, I don't want no smoke. I just came from the gym. And he's like, you said you just came from the gym, that you work out and you can't break free. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't compete with no, you know, tall, skinny strength. Like, sir, unhand me, let me go. So eventually he lets me go. And I was just like, sir, I don't have a name, please. So he walks off. So a few minutes later, like, I'm down another aisle looking at lotion and texting somebody. Tell me how the man comes back and he says, oh, good to see you again. And he drops this in my cart. And he puts his name and number on it. All of that because I decided to pay a man a compliment. This is what I get. No, I'm not doing it anymore.
In my opinion, this is what old school pursuit looked like. This is the pursuit that you would see in the movies. This isn't, in my opinion, and I'm not saying that she shouldn't, or maybe she said she felt alarmed and it was kind of like, oh my goodness. I'm not saying that she didn't have a right to feel that way. But I'm saying, if you look in the Notebook, this is exactly what they did in the Notebook. I can't show it here because of copyright, but she said, leave me alone. She straight up said, leave me alone, get out of my face. Why are you here? Why did you bring him here? And then they ended up falling in love and dying together, literally dying together. This is old school pursuit. This is the romanticized pursuit that he's giving to you. And another dude in the comments was like, well, I can see how he thought you were shooting your shot. Yeah, me too. Because for a man, in order to compliment him, hey, you look nice. Just had to say that and keep on moving, right? But even that, you don't know. If you pay him a compliment, men never usually get compliments. So you might just give him a compliment and the man say, hey, what's your name? Let me get to know you. Oh, no, I don't want to know. No. Let me take you out. That sort of thing. So I get where you're coming from. I get why you would be alarmed. But this sounds like the pursuit, the interaction that you might see in movies.
You go to a cocktail party and you ask a woman what she does, and she says, I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm raising my children. The back will turn on her, whether it's a woman or a man. We've denigrated it, we've dismissed it, we've turned it into something less than. Remember that what helped women to feel valuable in society was the admiration for them. Feminism has to get to a place where it says you have choice. We admire your choice to stay home with your children and admire our choice not to have children. But the idea that the second wave of feminism, it was about it's all drudgery and it's disgusting and boring, and it made it into this. And now you have these websites, which are frightening to me, the scary mommy websites, where you have women saying, I hate breastfeeding and I hate pregnancy and I hate my children.
Men are not being men. They don't want to change your tires. Like, they just don't do what men are supposed to do these days.
Are we going to flip on the opposite? What are women not doing? A lot of my homegirls that are super and hyper dependent feel like they need a man for nothing, and they treat them that way. One of my friends said to me, I don't need to even hang something up. That doesn't feel good. If we want men to show up in their masculine, you gotta chill the out a little bit.
Well, I just feel like it's because she's had to be the man and the woman. She has to be the mom and the dad.
As I've gotten older, I've come to the realization that majority of the problems men have in life are because of women. And this is not to say that it's women's fault. No, it's definitely our fault. But it is because of the way that men deal with, handle, and think about women. For example, men will ruin long, good-term friendships over women. Like, men will stab other men in the back over women who don't really want them like that to begin with, because if she wanted you that bad, you wouldn't have had to stab nobody in the back. Most men, I say at least 7 out of 10 will hit your girl if they have the chance. Friends, family, any of that, it don't matter. Most men are so money driven because of women. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, we're easy to please. It's easy for a man to be comfortable with not that much. You know what I'm saying? But that much comes in because you got to do that to have a girl. Most men without that extra stuff would not get women. And it's not the women's fault. It's our fault, because at the root, most men aren't the greatest people. You know what I'm saying? Most men don't have character. Most men aren't emotionally available. So to overcompensate where you don't want to work on yourself as an individual, you overcompensate with your funds. Because girls aren't even super heavy on the looks like we are. Like, girls will mess with a not that great looking dude, a short dude, just because he's funny and he's sweet and he has a good personality. But even then, in the same breath, majority of men don't want the most girls I was speaking of, the girls who will actually like you for your personality. They want the baddies who really only like you for your money. But you knew that though. That's the thing. You can't even blame her for being that way, because it's very obvious that she was that way before you even came around. So you can't even blame her. You got to blame yourself. It's like, bro, if you're not making that much, what business do you have being mad that the IG model who's in a different state, different city, different country every other week don't want to mess with you? Why would you be mad about that? Need I not say much more? Most of the problems men deal with in life are because of being too women-centered. Like, yes, men generally are competitive, but adding a woman in the equation ups the competitiveness like 10 times. It really does. It have dudes doing crazy stuff, saying crazy stuff, trying to embarrass their friends. Or, you know, the typical stuff you be seeing people making memes about. But that's real life, though. Dudes really be moving like that.
Okay, listen up, ladies. We cannot get so caught up in making sure that men meet our needs that we forget they have needs too. We hear all the time that men are a reflection of the way their women treat them. So if you don't like the way the man is treating you, maybe we need to look and see how we're treating them. And yes, that goes both ways. It 100% goes both ways. Men and women both have needs. But social media has made it such a women don't need men. Men don't need us either. But we're not ready to talk about that. We preach so much about how women need to feel safe and secure with men. Men also want to feel safe and secure. And honestly, if you ask me, I feel as though men have such high expectations on them, and it's not the same for women. Especially in our generation, these men that we're dealing with now were raised by toxic men, by toxic masculinity. We're growing and we're evolving from that. So the men are as well. Our role as women is also growing and evolving. But it just seems that in that growing and evolution, women are the only ones that are expected to get grace. Men are just expected to just show up and know what to do all the time. There's a famous book out there called Love and Respect, and that's what this talks about. Women need to feel loved and men need to feel respected. If you're not respecting your man, if you're not respecting his role as a man, he's not going to feel good about himself, and he's probably not going to show you love. And then we're going to get in this vicious cycle called the crazy cycle. In the beginning, when he was being loved and respected, he was showing you love, which is why you're with him. If they're trying, they care. That's all you need to know. They deserve grace just like we do. They deserve to have their needs met just like we do. And they deserve to feel safe and secure just like we do. I know it's a very hard concept in this day and age to acknowledge, but women, sometimes we're the problem.
The male loneliness epidemic and the rise of Christian conservatism in Gen Z, like this, they're locked in. They are arguably one and the same. When we talk about the male loneliness epidemic, there's these young people, right? Young men, young boys who are feeling disenfranchised by the lack of options and attention they're getting from women. So rather than reflect inward, look retrospectively and think to myself, how can I improve and make myself more appealing as a person? Be a good person, that's step one, right? No, we're blaming it on women. We hate that women have free choice. And that is inherently part of the problem. It's getting progressively easier and easier for these guys to be red-pilled all the way into Christian conservatism, because at the end of the day, the Bible speaks to them and says, well, a man is deserving of all these things. He can subjugate women, right? All of these things are encouraged within that faith.
A woman in the comments said, and then we see this man of the year trend on here, And those guys somehow don't know anyone that behaves that way. It's not that men don't know men that behave that way. It's that a lot of these guys don't hang out with the men. What's Jim up to? I don't know. I haven't talked to Jim in years. Why not? Just not really doing the same thing. We don't think the same way. We just kind of like stop hanging out one day. And it's probably because Jim was doing weird stuff. And he crossed other dudes, and other dudes are like, hey, bro, stop doing that or we're going to have problems. And it might have been problems. Men don't be hanging around with other men that cause them issues. If you're causing me danger, I'm leaving. If I'm still there, then we're both criminals. That's, well, I got to ride with. No. The men that y'all are looking for are in the house. I'm telling you, they're in the house. They're not following. They're not messing around with this type of stuff. But what y'all keep on doing is running into guys who behave this way. And then instead of getting out in front of their face, y'all stay in there. And y'all continue to, oh, this is because of men. You conservative and you getting this, and it's because we have more autonomy. No, it's because I'm tired of y'all telling me that what I see isn't what I see. Y'all doing stuff and telling me, well, this is right. It's not right. So if one party says, hey, man, this is the way we believe, then where do you think that they're going to go? Hey, we think that you're right. We think what you're saying makes absolute sense. And it's backed by science. You know, the stuff that people used to believe in. It's backed by science. So if you're telling me the sky is blue, I can look up and see, actually, yeah, it is blue. Then what do you, hey, the sun is yellow. It's orangish. It's oh, yeah. Might be a different color, but it's pretty much the same. Oh, you're right. You're telling me the truth. What y'all do is align with women, people in general, that will tell you, sky is green. And you look up there and you be like, no, the sky's not green. No, it is green. You not seeing correctly. And they gaslight you so much till you be like, yeah, the sky does actually look green. Ooh, I can see it. No, you don't. You don't see no green sky up there. It's blue. That's what y'all be doing. Let's throw conservative stuff out the window. Just the fact that y'all continue to talk about men as if they are not people. And then say men objectify you guys. Y'all bash men, y'all trash them, and then y'all expect them to still show up for duty. And y'all call it, oh, it's a self-inflicted problem. Some of the stuff is. Some of the stuff men have to take accountability for, but not everything. When are y'all as women going to start taking accountability for the issues that y'all have caused in society?
Last year, I saw so many Black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale.
Since the beginning of time, women have liked a small percent of men who would benefit them the most in a relationship, and men have liked women. Okay? Why is this? Because a woman is looking to see how much she can get from a man, and a man knows that if he's in a relationship with a woman, at the end of the day, he's going to be the one doing the massive majority of the work in life. All these clips of people coming out saying women save money in relationships and men spend more money in relationships. When men are single, they save more money. It is what it is. That's why men aren't clamoring to date you. Nobody's going to chase you for the honor of paying your bills for the rest of their lives. And then when y'all, the main argument women have is, well, I got to do the child rearing. You got to carry a child. 9 times out of 10, you're the one who wanted to have the child. That's y'all with these strict biological time clocks. Men really don't give a. That's why y'all be online angry at men when they're 30 playing video games in an apartment without a couch. Y'all are literally mad at men for being too simple at 30. Whole time, he just don't give up. That's you in a rush to finish life. You're rushing to the finish line of life. And men are just like, whoa, let me live a little bit. That's why they ain't showing up. Everything I just said is a definitive fact. Men get a woman pregnant on accident, we be like, whoosh. Oh my God, I hope she gets rid of it. Women get all emotional, wanting to keep it, start planning a life, and y'all create your own problems and then cry about them. This really don't make sense. Talking about Black women were trying to create a solution to a problem. No, you were trying to fix your problem. Online complaining about how men don't commit and how men don't want to date and all this. That's your problem. The men are doing exactly what they want to do. The men are doing exactly what they want to do. Why do they got to put their men's tickets on sale? Because they don't want to go.
Hi guys, listen to me. See, I'm here to tell you 4 major reasons why some women are actually the problem we are having in marriages today. Some women are the problem why we have a lot of divorce and a lot of broken homes. Yes, I know a lot of people will not like this video because the only people that will not like this video are only people that don't like truth. If you don't like truth, I know you would not like this video. Listen, come, listen to me. Number 1, the reasons why a lot of women are the problem we having in marriage today is, number 1, lack of respect. Some women have come to a point where they see respecting their husband as foolishness. I don't understand. See, let me tell you something, auntie. Come, listen to me. See, respecting your husband should come as a hobby to you. You know that kind of way they talk, say, see, respecting my husband are my hobby. It should be a hobby and not a punishment. You need to respect a man that left his father's house and bring you out of your own father's house to make a living with you. Number 2, lack of submission. Total submission. Women are lacking it these days. Yes, women are lacking total submission these days. Where women see total submission as stupidity. You're submitting to your husband, but you still argue. Anything he says, you like arguing. You like shouting. You like giving points that thing he said is not it. You like arguing. Now you no get on you, but now you they go tell you say do so thing. You cannot submit. And it has been a problem between you and your husband. But still, you don't want to change. And see, let me tell you something. As a married woman, right? Total submission and respect are the key things to make your husband foolish in life. See, the moment you are giving your husband these particular major things, these 2 major things you're saying, there is nothing you will ask of him and you will never get. See, let me tell you something. As I am like this, let me tell you something. I've got a lot of things just out of submitting and respecting my husband. I know he must see this video and he knows that. Do you understand? That is why you see a lot of women, it looks as if na charm they use hold their husband, not be because of anything. But for you, you feel like disrespecting and insulting or looking down on him makes you a woman. And now because of that thing, they beat you since. Still, you know one change. Number 3, you see that aspect of not appreciating him for all the effort. You understand? For all the effort he has been doing, you know they appreciate. You know get thank you for this your mouth. Number 4, you see that part. You see that part.
Yep, pretty much. Oh yeah, respecting my husband is an option for me. I'll do it whenever I feel like it. Right on target. And you know the proverb that says I'd rather be on the roof as a man, I'd rather be on the roof, in the corner of a roof. That's saying you take the entire roof. You take all the house, take everything in the house. I'd rather be in a corner by myself than to be messing around with you. I don't want to be around you at all. Take everything I got. Just leave me alone. How many men have said that? How many men get on here and talk about all the stuff that they lost in the divorce? They're upset about it. They're like, man, she took everything from me. Everything that I had, everything that I built, she took it from me. And they fight to try to get it back. But after it's gone, they're like, you know what? Don't even come over here and talk to me. I don't want to see no woman at all. I don't want to see nobody. Just leave me alone. Y'all done too much to me. And you really can't blame them. I'd rather be on a rooftop in a corner away from you guys because you're causing me too many problems. Once again, it's just business. You know, and if you keep on messing with me, then it gets personal. But most of the time, it's just risk management. You guys costing me a lot of money. Y'all are doing stuff that if my boys were doing it, I would take it as disrespect. But because you're a woman, then I let you slide on it. Society tells me that I have to let you slide on it. But you never learn your lesson to stop disrespecting me. You never learn your lesson and won't let me lead. You be all up in my ear. You're nagging me. You're telling me I don't know what I'm doing. And a man gets tired of that, being all up on his back. Modern women today do not understand boundaries. They take everything that a man says as optional, and then they wonder why they get in trouble.
I don't know, y'all. I think women might be the problem, bro. And I'm a woman saying this. I'm a bull. I'm a stud. But, like, I think it's when scrolling on Instagram, I see on the Shade Room, Zoe done bumped into Chrissy and Jim. Oh, brother. She talking some, hey, auntie. She talking some, no, not your auntie. Girl, if he can be aunt, why the fuck you not auntie? Chrissy, you old as fuck, like, for real. Like, you not old, but, like, you auntie. Like, you not our age. You ain't so. Like, we can't walk up to you and be like, what's up, feel me? And if I can't walk up to you and say, what's up, then you auntie or you grandma. And at that point, Chrissy, if you don't know that you auntie is the grandma the baby, if men can sit up here and be like, yeah, we aunt now, and women can't accept the fact that they auntie, I'm starting to really feel like women is the problem. Are you that crazy in your mind to think that you're not an auntie? Once you hit a certain age, you still auntie. I'm talking about that's really like 35 and up. I'ma just be real, like 35 and up, yeah, you auntie. Now that's not old, but like you auntie. I can't say